The rundown, September 13th. It's a Tuesday. Jeff D. Lowe, Donnie, Rone. Rone just noted his nipples are hard.
Yeah, I'm glad that you got that onto the broadcast. I'd be remiss if everyone didn't know. I caught a little bit of a chill. But Donnie's are soft, so he's trying to tweak
but I
them
just
up right now.
rubbed them a little bit, and now they're pretty perky.
I wonder why Gia left.
She ran away. Didn't like that. This rundown brought to you by Puttery, the mini golf, the highly anticipated Barstool Mini Golf Invitational, I believe is the proper name. 6-part series, 9 holes per episode, starts tonight. Check it out.
Yes.
A couple teaser clips. Dave saying "fuck" a lot at balls that lip out. Big Cat getting ready to play. There's a lot of people involved. Almost the whole office.
Doing crazy narrations the entire time. It's going to be a very rich series.
Wow.
Yeah. It
Kirk Minahan, maybe winning it all. We will see.
He is the mini golf guy. Yeah.
Rich.
He was the favorite.
One of the sponsors there was Puttery, sponsoring this rundown as well. It's an adult playground, 21 and over bar and lounge, cocktails, food, all that.
Where are the locations?
And mini golf.
Oh, that's
locations
awesome.
right now: DC, Dallas, and Charlotte. But 35 plus cities in the next 2 years are getting a Puttery. Whether you're on a date, maybe out with coworkers, clients, night out with friends. Puttery, it's an adult-only experience for mini golf, drinking much more.
I love this idea.
Great spot for an event.
No, yeah, because I love to play mini golf, but I hate kids, and normally, normally that's an issue.
This is when they pitched this idea. They're like, we want to go to the people who despise children, but love this children's game.
Mini golf has a lot of upside where like it could be better. Like doing stuff like this. I went to a real grass mini golf this past weekend. It was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Where was that? Oh, don't say it. It's not Puttery.
Yeah, it was somewhere in some other state, some bullshit. It was
bullshit.
dumb. If it was Puttery, if we could have drank booze out there, it would have been.
Larger than life themed courses, lots of cool themes that you know and love for mini golf. A great kitchen, great craft cocktails. You got to go to Puttery. Make a reservation or learn more at Puttery, PUTTERY.com, and Instagram Puttery Official at Puttery Official. May not be in your city, but they will be there from 35 plus cities.
I know, they must have got a lot of investment.
Yeah, let's talk about their financials now.
Did they go into Shark Tank or something like that? But that's huge that they're just like.
I feel like I would have remembered that as an avid watcher of that show.
Okay.
He
was an avid watcher.
Puttery, and as a guy who doesn't mind putting himself.
Mm-hmm. This will shock nobody who knows me. I love going into grocery stores and pointing out which are Shark Tank products.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun, yeah.
What's in there? What are some grocery? I feel like it's always like a paleo bar or some shit like that.
They got the one that I love the most, I won't say the name, no free, they could be a competitor to Puttery, oatmeal balls. They're like little oatmeal balls. You put in the microwave, you pop 3 in, you heat them up, they're like 100 calories. They're delicious.
Really?
I think Mr. Wonderful backed them.
Really?
Maybe the cubes.
I heard recently that they passed on the ring light. Like they could have. It could have been like a cheap ass valuation.
He comes on as a shark now.
Really?
He's a little condescending about it.
Yeah, I would say so. He's probably a billionaire now.
Yeah, he's got a lot of money. Amazon bought him, I think.
I heard he bought a yacht that was shaped like the Oscar Mayer wiener dog. It might just be a rumor. I don't know. I don't know.
I oddly believe you.
Yeah.
Football. Monday Night Football. Joe Buck made his Monday Night Football debut. I think Monday Night Football now sounds like a big game feel for the first time since Al Michaels.
Damn.
I know some people like Mike Tirico, but that's just my thoughts. Geno Smith played great. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson actually played pretty well, but the story of the night. Yeah, the story of the night seemed to be Nathaniel Hackett. The Broncos head coach is getting roasted online.
He's a bumbling idiot. And you could tell in his press conference afterwards that like he was just like trying to quickly make amends for it, and he was like kind of like he was calling all the reporters sir afterwards, like so they would be nicer to him because like everybody in America came to a consensus that he fucked up.
Yeah, which is that like when Twitter's in a consensus about your sports thing you've done, it's typically not the best thing.
The Manning cast, like all 3 of them are like, why are you doing this? I mean, they ran the last play with like a minute left and didn't run another play until.
Yeah, they got to the line, I think, and they let it tick all the way down to like 2 seconds of the play clock. Then they called timeout. I would have. He's lucky he didn't end the game with all 3 in his pocket. That would have been like that somehow would have been worse for him.
And he was just burning the timeouts when the other team was taking knees. It's like, dude, we know you're gonna lose. Like, you know, you're just trying to like. It's a measure way too late. Donnie, you didn't watch the game, did you?
I watched the highlights.
You did.
Watched the highlights. That was a great 10-minute game.
I'll
Just
give you
the
this.
highlights. That
You
was
can
awesome.
give thoughts on this. Jersey Jerry.
Yeah.
He had a huge parlay, 6-leg parlay, a little UFC involved. There was like a Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown that he barely got. And then the last leg was the Broncos. The Broncos money line.
Yeah.
And
They just had to win.
they were everybody's like lock for the week, basically. Russ was going to go in there and beat them. He decided to not hedge. He had a cash out for about 10 grand at one point on
Did he
Sunday
decide
as well.
to not hedge because he went on the yak and that was like a wheel?
I think that might have played into it, but I think that he wasn't going to hedge anyway. But I was giving him bad advice, and I feel absolutely sick about it.
Oh.
No hedge.
No hedge, baby.
There you go.
No hedge.
Let it go.
No hedge. Let it ride. Let it ride.
I'm not hedging.
Yeah.
Let's go, Jer.
Jerry. Fuck yeah.
What would you have done?
I would have hedged, right?
Would you have cashed out on Sunday for $10,000?
Yes, because I don't place huge bets like that. If I knew I was guaranteed 10K, yes, 100% I would.
Damn. Yeah, I was
100%.
to just go through with it, but the video of him throwing up, crying, dry heaving as he watched it was like I was also losing my bets, and I was fucking dying laughing, just screaming laughing. He's one of a kind.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do it.
He taunted Melvin Gordon on Instagram.
Oh,
Jersey
like
Jerry
a
did.
while
In
ago.
January. And he said this man came back to haunt me.
Yeah.
Which that's the thing, Jerry's an emotional guy, but in the end, he always comes to float at the top of the water, and he'll give a level-headed take. He's like, I might have fucked myself up. Like, I might have fucked myself over on this.
And he was going to spend the money on his son's first birthday party.
Yeah, he said he had an $8,000 party planned. I was like, dude, $8,000
How many
party?
Barneys can you
If
rent?
he cashed out on Sunday, he could have thrown his son a crazy party. But also,
$8,000 to spare.
when your kid's won, why throw him like a really sweet party?
He's spending $1,000 on centerpieces.
Yeah, he's going to have zero recollection. Wait until he's like 8 and then throw him a sick party.
Exactly.
Did you ever have like a mascot show up to your birthdays when you were a kid?
No, I threw Mutant Ninja Turtle birthday parties, but we all just dressed like the turtles. Like my parents never got one of the actual turtles.
One of mine,
They
we had a
never
really like,
shelled out.
we had a bootleg looking Barney the dinosaur.
Really?
Like my second, yeah.
Oh.
Really like, he did not look like Barney.
Damn.
Like really didn't.
That's
But
devastating.
how many
Yeah.
Barneys can you rent in the central
Yeah.
Connecticut? I don't like.
And you were at the age. It's not like all the kids showed up and they're
Yeah.
like, ew, who is this gross fake Barney?
Yeah. Oh well,
Gazy Barney.
Russ.
Yeah.
Shout out to Geno Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very efficient game.
What do you say?
They tried to write me off, and I didn't write
I didn't
back.
write back, dude.
That's a good.
He was drafted like
line.
10 years
Sure,
ago, right?
Yeah, damn, that's a good ass line.
Yeah,
by the-
23, 28, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. Congrats to Geno Smith.
What do you think would taste better at cooked the best, a Bronco or a Seahawk?
I've tried a Bronco and fucking horses taste mad good.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
They do.
I thought the easy answer would be Seahawk.
So I've had raw horse in Japan. It was served like sashimi, and then I had a cooked horse in Sicily, both surprisingly good. I think Dave is in today. I don't want him to hear me say that because he's a big horse guy. But yeah, and I'm not saying you should
What
go
does it
out.
taste most similar to?
It tastes just a lot like steak. It tastes like cow. I mean, I was shocked you could eat raw horse. I didn't know that was a thing. But Sicily loves horse, and yeah, it tasted like a pretty good steak. I wouldn't say it tasted better than a steak, so I'm not gonna like go out of my way to get horse over cow. But it wasn't bad. But yeah, obviously I'm not advocating the murder of horses.
Well, I mean,
But if one breaks its leg and you got to put it down, you might as well eat the meat.
yeah, it's got some good.
I don't believe Seahawks are real.
Oh, they're not?
I did
I think I'm
I did a
seagulls.
6th grade project on a Seahawk because they changed their logo when I was in 6th grade, and I thought that was cool. And I think I made everything up. I don't think like it's an actual bird.
Yeah, that's just called it. Like
Just a hawk.
I'm sure there are hawks that live on the sea, but
I assume they taste very gamey.
a sea
I would have
hawk,
thought a horse
yeah.
was gamey.
Yeah, that's true. Like the literal, yeah.
A Seahawk. In
Oh, it is.
actual
Okay.
animal?
It's an osprey. Oh.
Oh,
I still think I lied on my school
you're
project.
not going to be the Ospreys. Yep.
Seahawks 1-0. Shout out to anyone who's a fan of 1-0 teams. Fist bump Rone. Pats fan,
Yeah.
I
no.
just don't feel bad for Pats fans.
Yeah, it's sad to say. You've had your fun.
Yeah, we did. I mean, not asking for sympathy.
The Emmys were last night. Weird night to put the Emmys. I thought they were usually on like Sundays. That was odd.
Yeah, that was
I don't know
dumb.
if anybody watched the Emmys, but the internet is really mad at Jimmy Kimmel. He did a bit where he got dragged on stage by Will Arnett. Will Arnett, I guess, joked he was like drunk or something, but he said like skinny Mark. It was a forced bit. Did not get a ton of laughs. The laughs were rather forced. And then the winner of the award, I believe it was a writing award for.
The next award. Like,
Yeah, he was still on stage.
Yeah.
When the person accepted the award. I believe it was writing for the show Abbott Elementary. It's apparently very funny.
Hilarious. This woman is hilarious.
Is she a writer? Was it actress or writing?
I think she's a writer. She's the writer
Okay.
and creator of the show, and she might even star in it too. She used to make internet videos, and now she just has ascended to incredible heights. But I guess her moment was hijacked by this dude being.
Yeah, what do you think? You're out there, you're accepting an Emmy. Do you think this was hijacked by Jimmy Kimmel?
I think so. This is kind of.
I think
dickheadish.
just Jimmy was in a spot where he was like, I guess I just have to like fully commit to the bit now, because he didn't want to awkwardly get up and be like, I'm not dead, guys, because like no one really laughed that much
Well,
to
she
begin
just.
with, and so he just didn't want to
She
awkwardly
said wake
walk off
up,
the
too.
stage.
She was like, all right,
Yeah.
wake up, Jimmy, I won.
But Twitter's turning it into a white privilege thing. I think it's more just
Which I would imagine has to do with, I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying, I'd imagine that stems from the Chris Rock, Will Smith thing. Because that was all anybody talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had like, it wasn't a planned stunt, but I imagine that's why, I guess. I don't know.
But just
People are still
making
mad at
someone
him.
acknowledge you, like doing something so over the top that the person who's winning the award has to acknowledge you, is like that's a self-serving dickheadish thing to do.
yeah.
Yeah, award show bits typically stop after the award has been, the winner is blank, the bit is over.
Yeah, that's
Will
just.
Arnett probably was supposed to drag him off and then forgot.
You think?
He just left him there.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. A couple years ago, Melissa McCarthy and somebody else, I forget who, they dressed up in full Cats makeup, and then they stood next to the person who won the Oscar, and then forever she was accepting an Oscar with these two just bozos next to her, dressed like cats. I just think that just ruined the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a tough look. That's not a great look.
Do you guys recall when someone sent in someone dressed like an ape to like annoy Dave? I think it was when they were doing the rundown, or if he was doing Barstool Radio. Someone came in dressed like an ape. It may have been a former employee, but Dave just was not having the bit, and it made for a very awkward watching experience.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I don't remember the gorilla bit.
I don't either.
Yeah.
We remember, was it Colton Orr, the hockey player? He dressed like an old woman.
Yeah.
Walked into Barstool Radio, and it was that same situation where Dave
Yes.
was just not
Dave
having
is
it at all.
What was it?
not a fan of bits. So
Was it gorilla?
yeah, she was dressed like a gorilla, I think. And then I do remember the old man too. Just
Yeah, that seems like an
if you're trying to do a
aggressive
bit,
misfire.
don't do a bit with Dave, because
Yeah,
he's
he's-
not gonna love it.
Brick by brick.
Yeah.
Some of the wins, Succession won Best Drama. Fist pump to all Succession fans out there. There's a lot up for Best Drama. Severance, very good. Ted Lasso won Comedy Series for the second time in a row. White Lotus won Best Limited Series. Zendaya won Best Lead Actress in a Drama. She kind of stole the show last night a little bit.
White Lotus is the only one that I think.
People talk about Better Call Saul. 46, I think, all-time Emmy nominations. Never won a single thing.
Interesting. I've watched. I don't feel like I watched that many shows, but I've watched all 4 of those shows. And Ted Lasso, Succession, White Lotus, and Euphoria are all very good shows. So I don't really have any gripes with that.
I still think Succession's the best show on TV. So
White Lotus never really. It was always. Like I watched all the episodes. It kept me entertained enough, but and after watching it, I was never like, oh wow, that was great TV.
Really?
I got a season
Yeah,
2
just-
coming out.
Yeah.
Dude, I went on my honeymoon to the hotel that was on White Lotus, and then when I watched the show, I realized there was a whole other part of the hotel that I never went to
tough.
the entire time. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I spent
That's a tough thing to
There's
find
just like a
out.
whole other pool, like the adult pool. I was in the children's pool the entire time for my honeymoon. Just like I watched White Lotus for one scene, and that was.
Back to the Queen. The Queen is in her casket, and the funeral director, who I don't know how we pronounce this guy's name. Will
Purves?
Perv?
Yeah.
Perv.
William Purves.
Is the S silent, just Perv?
Could be.
Will Perv, dragged for advertising on the Queen's casket. I guess the funeral director's company name was on the casket. People did not like that. And
they took it off halfway through.
They did.
The
They removed it.
Because I guess like they approved that exact same hearse when they did a rehearsal.
Go,
And
boy.
then, and it got approved. He was probably like, sweet, they didn't notice my branding there.
Bad logo, first of all. If we can get the logo whenever.
William.
It looks like Pulliam Herbs.
Yeah.
That's a bad logo.
It doesn't make any sense.
The P is so far from the U too. It just, yeah. I guess rightfully, I'll say two things. One, rightfully so, he got dragged for this. I get it. Also, tough spot to not be opportunistic and try to get your company promoted on. Like,
I wonder how much, are they paying full price, or he's like, I'll do this, just like a little payola, like get it on the arm and I'll get the free advertisement, or is he like charging them an arm and a leg for this service?
If he does go in and he's like, I'll do it for free, they got to be like, that's a little fishy.
Yeah, there's got to be something out here.
What's the catch, Willie Perv?
Yeah.
What's the catch? People weren't happy for him, but yeah, he removed it.
Yeah, that halfway through, I guess. He probably just noticed his Twitter blowing up and
I saw
had to
that-
get it off.
I saw that they, whoever the new king is, he doesn't have to pay the tax in England, which would be a 40% inheritance tax because of an old law that they have that's designed to keep the
royal
family's
jewels?
wealth, the royal family wealth.
The jewels.
Yeah, the jewels, like to keep all the wealth intact or whatever, which is fucking preposterous.
You know, he also now owns all like the geese.
He does?
The dolphins
What,
too?
dude?
Pelicans too?
Wait, what's like the bird? No,
Seahawks?
swan. It's the swans, right? All the swans, the ones like the classic swans, like the orange beak and like the kind of they have like the black like.
He owns them?
Yeah,
Bro, you gotta
owns
give up
all
the
of them.
dolphins.
One of my favorite
swans,
clips,
dolphins, whales, and sturgeons.
Whales?
Where are the dolphins that she owns? They're not just like, are they in like a tank in the UK or?
Yeah, they're in
Where-
captivity.
Yeah, well, you can't really own a
She
wild
colonized
dolphin.
the ocean? That's fucked.
Yeah, they're like a British colony of dolphins somewhere.
That's one of those like weird things. Like you're going through the paperwork, you're changing over to be king. You're like, I just own all the swans now. They're all mine.
Swans make sense just because like in the
royal
grounds
grounds.
of, yes.
There you go. She owns all the dolphins and whales in British waters.
Oh, okay. Wow.
We gotta free the dolphins, dude.
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Free them from British tyranny.
We need to liberate these dolphins. We need to emancipate them or give them the keys to their own freedom. They were probably high-fiving at the fucking bottom of the ocean when she died.
Maybe Willie Pervs is he's a pro dolphins guy.
Yeah, maybe he's a dolphin. in
One of
disguise.
my favorite clips, this was in front of Buckingham Palace, and they have pelicans and pigeons there, and there's a bunch of kids just watching them play in the water, and a pelican walks up and just eats a pigeon, and just one fucking scoop of the beak and swallows it whole, and like
That's
all the
so
kids
awesome.
start crying. Yeah, it's if we have the rights, you can
Pelicans
throw it
do
in.
that all the time.
Yeah, I
They
guess
like to scoop.
they
I
can
know
just
from Finding
scoop and
Nemo.
just swallow a
Yeah,
full
they,
pigeon.
they swallow whole.
If you get dolphins, you're sitting in Frank's seat. He's not here. You're gonna do any. You're gonna fill in for Frank and do any Frank things.
No, he'll be back tomorrow, right? Those are very big pants to fill.
There's a
Yeah.
there's a void in the office without Frank.
Yeah, there is. You need to scream into the void.
Yeah,
I would like
that's a literal
pass just
thing
to
too.
Yeah. Physically.
Ray J. We're still talking about this sex tape. He has more videos and texts proving Kris Jenner's involvement in the sex tape. So she took a fake lie detector test in the Late Show when she said she had nothing to do with its release. Said in an Instagram video that Kris Jenner had them film multiple sex tapes and told them which one they need to use. She's like their test audience, it sounds like.
That's awesome.
Ton of incriminating texts. She said, Ray J said that everyone will be getting sued for defamation.
Yeah, he also said that Kris Jenner took a fake lie detector.
Which is
on
just like,
one of
the Late Show
late night
is,
shows,
that's
yeah.
Corden. Ugh.
Oh, that's James Corden.
That's, what is the worst Late Show?
James Corden, I don't know what it is about him, but like I normally like
Gordon likes
British
Rone.
Careful.
Gordon likes Rone.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
You say whatever you want about James Corden.
No,
I'm not
he
holding the
seems
water for that.
he's a very he's a very pleasant guy, but I just get like, yeah, hey, you know him personally.
And he definitely has you fooled if you think he's pleasant.
Okay, yeah, that's
He likes you though.
Yes.
You
okay.
know that.
Or he was just nice to.
That's a favorite
nice to
Rone
me.
fact.
Yeah. That he was very nice to me. But he was nice to me.
I think it's Fallon.
He's only nice to people when he can use them.
Right. I'm like Katy Perry when like everyone was coming at Ellen. It's like she
Yeah.
was nice to me.
Yeah, Ray J sent a bunch of Instagram DMs, all caps. The all caps move, probably not the best move. You scare people off when you go full all caps.
I respect. He's probably making no money off of entertainment and the music industry, and their like family's finances are a well-oiled purring machine.
Yes.
So for him to try to dip into it, like I don't really begrudge him because they definitely got famous off the sex tape. So if he can make some more money, I don't know how much he stands to earn, but like a light million, I don't think would really hurt the bottom line of any Kardashian/Jenner.
Just give him a little cut.
A little taste.
Yeah.
Shave a little off the top.
12.5, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Off the bottom, whatever.
Made over 1 million in 6 weeks on DVD sales. Yeah, shave a little off the top. It's New York Fashion Week.
Sex tape is
I feel like, is that why you're here?
speaking of
Is that why?
sex tapes, now let's talk about sex tape.
Yes.
Man, the transition.
It is
John
it is
Rich?
It's a John Rich
Come on.
special.
John Rich does all
It
that.
is the
work.
talk of Fashion Week this week. It's designed by a guy known as the King of Tape. That's a B nickname.
Yeah.
It's not a great. It's like not the best nickname in
King
the
of
world.
tape.
Can you
Yeah.
bring
King
up
of
the
the
photos
Scots.
of it?
Yeah.
The last King of Scotch.
They are clothes, I guess. It's just tape covering up all of any part that would be mildly censored on any regular platform you can't show nudity. He's the king of tape.
Is that shit hard to do though, or it seems like he just is slapping tape over the private parts?
If it's a female, it doesn't seem that hard to do. I think it'd be hard to do for a male. Like, how do you
You know what's the most impressive? You know the king of tape was?
tape up the whole joint?
West Coast Customs. Remember when they would do like the little
the wrap?
lines? The little. That's the
was
king of tape.
King of tape, dude.
I think this is. I'm not saying I can do this, but
Michael
I don't know
Jackson
if-
probably sold a bunch of cassettes too. I'm trying to think who else fucking ran it up on tape.
But
Yeah, I
like
don't think-
fashion
I don't
is
think King of
about
Tape
the
is the same.
clothes. So he's like a famous taper.
I don't understand how this works for Fashion Week. Like, who are people gonna buy some of this fucking
I guess
tape now, or
he does sell his tape for like $10 to $30 a roll.
yeah?
If you just want to get taped up and go out.
He's a
in public.
self-proclaimed body tape pioneer. That's a very small.
This is a classic
small
example
thing.
of the New York Post like trying to package people's horniness as news. It's just like people are just rock hard based on like a Twitter thumbnail or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, this is a newsworthy story." Like, this shit is not newsworthy. They're wearing tape.
Also, rumors Leonardo DiCaprio is getting to know, in quotes, Gigi Hadid, who is 27, which would break the apparent rule that Leo has of dating people over the age of 25.
Yeah, Kenan Thompson got Zendaya with a
Yeah.
good ass joke last night,
Kenan, the longest running cast member in the history of SNL.
and he had a reunion with Kel last night. Did you see
Yeah.
that?
Little Kel, little Kenan on. That was kind of crazy.
I was expecting to see Amanda Bynes up there too, the real goat.
That is a goated.
What is Kel doing these days?
Um,
Is he not as successful as Keenan?
who's as
There was a long time. I mean, there was a long time people thought he was dead.
Kel,
Okay,
I
well,
think he's just doing him.
Kel is dead was a rumor. Yeah, Kel's just.
Do you think he can live off of the all that royalties?
He's a licensed pastor.
Oh, fuck
Oh
yeah, that's
yeah,
the best way
that's
to make
usually what
money.
happens.
Now that, I'm not a big churchgoer. You're like, yo, Kel Mitchell. He's the pastor. I'd be like, all right, I'll check it out
Do you get
once.
gacked at his,
yeah,
at his services?
yeah, the no
You're
communion.
slimed?
no communion, yeah.
Mace did the same thing. He was a rapper and then became a pastor.
Pastor.
And then he tried to go back to rap.
The big answer board from Figure It Out is what today's reading is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He serves you good burger at the altar.
And lastly, for the after show, the Redeem Team, the 2008 USA Olympic basketball team, Netflix doc coming out about them. There's something cool behind the scenes of them. There's that video of them at like Wendy's at a truck stop.
That was cool.
In their pre-Olympics tournament. I think this is the best Olympic men's basketball team ever put together. I'm sure Dream Team stands would say otherwise, but
Still, I'm gonna need this documentary to be like an hour and 20 minutes. I'm not trying to watch a 4-part or a 4-hour. I just.
It's pretty simple. They played
Yeah.
together for basically a year.
Yeah, there'll probably be some decent stuff, but if they try to make a bunch of.
Yeah, because we've also
Controversy.
won the last 2 Olympics as well too. It's like
3.
yeah, so we should be winning it like every Olympics. There's just they finally got
Yeah.
everybody to show up again.
Yeah, the team that won bronze was pretty terrible in Athens.
Was that when
AI
it
was in the team? Duncan.
Okay.
But there was some random. It was like Michael Redd and shit.
Yeah, it was not a good. This team was unbelievable. I think the China U.S. basketball game is still like the most watched like sporting event globally ever because of how much it was watched
Holy
in China.
shit.
It's up there if it's not the number one.
Did I see Tyson Chandler on there though? There's
Yeah.
some dudes that just.
Yeah, there was a Tayshaun Prince and Michael Redd were on this team.
Oh, this is the Michael Redd.
Jason Kidd was on this team. Dwight Howard. He did not play in the next one. Wade, Kobe, LeBron, Melo. Yeah,
Yeah.
this team was crazy.
Who'd you take?
Bosh.
Them or the '92 team?
I think they're better. I think
Than the
I think
92?
I think the 2012 team might be better. 2012 team, basically this team minus Wade and Bosh and Howard, but you added Kevin Love, Harden, Russ, KD. You kept LeBron. I just think this team was unreal, and they were playing better talent.
Yeah. Like the Argentinian teams of Manu and like Luis Scola.
Spain
and, like,
team.
this- yeah, the Gasol brothers.
That was the Ricky Rubio like coming out party. That's where people knew Ricky Rubio was.
When did we lose to Puerto Rico?
That was, I think it was Carlos Arroyo in Puerto Rico. That was the 04 team.
Oh my god.
Or that was it was during the era of the 04 team.
Yeah, because that was wild. 'cause
Coach
I
K only
thought-
lost one time.
Shit.
Really?
He only lost one time. He lost one time like an exhibition.
What a beast.
Yeah.
Respect to Coach K.
I think
lost more to North
Calipari
Carolina
coached the Puerto Rico team for a little while.
Really?
I believe. May have made that up.
I forgot he's
Yeah.
rookie Puerto Rican.
After show, Barstool Mini Golf premieres at 7. You're going to be in Vegas this week. We have a huge event. Rough and Rowdy will be calling the Canelo Triple G fight live from Vegas this weekend. You can buy the fight on DAZN Boxing.
Yes, go to DAZN.com.
You doing a yak
That.
from Vegas?
We're going to do a yak on Friday from Vegas. It's going to be
Where's the venue?
sublime. The yak venue?
Yeah.
I think we're going to be doing I thought it was at the MGM. I was just told we might be doing it in a hotel room, but
That's a huge.
Yeah.
you never know.
You need some roulette numbers?
Do you have any?
2, 5, 6, 12, 15, 21, 25, 28, 30, 35.
What is that, pie?
It's 10.
Really?
Yeah, it's just, it won't fail you.
What if I go the White Sox Dave route and just slam it on green?
Just green every time.
Yeah, just ride out
Does
green.
love green.
Yeah, why not, dude? WSD knows.
Rediscovering America.
Yeah, Rediscovering America, Western New York, dropping on Thursday. Visiting Buffalo, Rochester. So, yeah.
Dude, we were
Perfect
just
timing
talking
for Bell's Mafia.
about how you're going to go to Qatar for, or Qatar?
Cutter?
For the World Cup, and how you're not looking forward to it at all, which is hilarious.
You're not?
Because it seems like you're so, you can mesh to any environment that you're in, but this one is not appealing?
No, I think it's going to be great, but like I'm staying in one of those fan villages, and I think my cabin is just like a shipping container that might not have air conditioning, and I feel like that could be a problem when you're
Who are you
in
going
Qatar. Michelangelo, maybe the film guy, and then PFT is going to fly in for maybe just like 4 days for the USA-UK game. But it's really complicated. Like, I'm the only one who actually has tickets to matches at the moment, and you need a ticket to even get into the country. But I found someone who's going to be able to like transfer PFT a ticket, and then I think it'll be good. But not a lot of accommodation options there. And the beer, you can only get it in a few spots and only after 6:30 p.m.
They pulled back the restrictions on alcohol, right?
Yeah, so you are able to get beer like a few select spots, but then it's like only for maybe 6:30 like to midnight. And I just don't know what to do in Qatar. Like if I'm there for 10 days and I'm going to 3 matches, I guess I'm just going to do a lot of man on the street, but then I'm trying to think in terms of like cultural things. It's like
What about like freeing the slaves that are there who are building everything?
Yeah.
Could that be cool?
That would be, yeah, sort of like Elliot in E.T., where he frees all the frogs.
Exactly. You could do some shit. I could also see you like going to Qatar and then like winding up in 10 years of indentured servitude. They like take your passport away and you just have to like deconstruct the World Cup stadiums.
Compared to Hong Kong Sevens, we're going to be going really easy on the drugs. That's
Probably
that's a
for the-
problem.
probably
for the
Any
best.
amount of drugs will be less than
But
we did there.
they do have a beach. But yeah, like I think Qatar is the size of New York, so I don't know. We'll see. But
It is. It's crazy. It's
Tiny.
typically the World Cup. I mean, when the World Cup's in the U.S., you got to travel across the
Yes.
country. It's like I think the closest you can do is like maybe the Meadowlands in Philly, but Qatar, it's like Qatar, depending on how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
I've always been told Qatar.
yeah. But
be close, yeah.
you're a huge World Cup guy, right?
I do love the World Cup. I love the U.S.
I think
men's
it'll be
national
cool.
team.
I think it'll be great just being able to have everybody from all over the world in the same place. So, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
Yeah.
Check out the World Cup.
Yeah.
Also, if you're interested in going to the Dozen in Philadelphia, the tickets will be on sale very soon.
Facts.
Rone will be there. It's gonna be crazy. The venue is fucking
a barn.
huge. It's fucking yeah. It's big. So please, for the love of God, buy tickets. That's it. See you tomorrow.